I am Abdirahman Abdi. I am a senior research scientist at KEMRI Wellcome Trust, and my work focuses on malaria, which causes millions of cases every year, and also hundreds of thousands of deaths. And the burden of the disease in Africa is largely on children under 5 years. The aim of my research is to push the frontiers of our knowledge in the fundamental biology of the malaria parasite, and also the human host responses that lead to the clinical presentation of severe malaria, such as coma, respiratory distress, and anemia. With Wellcome funding, I established a new method of studying malaria parasite and the host response that relies on small, what they call extracellular vesicles, which are small particles or sacs or spheres that are secreted by all cells, but that contain important biomolecules such as proteins and RNA that can be easily accessed. And so recently we showed in a work that we published in Nature.com that secretion of these vesicles serves as a means to get rid of waste materials from the parasite cells. And with this, actually, we opened up a new avenue for targeting the parasite and also for future research. Also, in the host side, we have also shown in a study that we recently published in Science Advances that we can actually follow the impact of malaria parasite on brain cells in children admitted with severe malaria, cerebral malaria, through vesicles secreted from the brain that are circulating in the blood, non-invasively. And so this actually opens up unprecedented window into what is going on in the tissues during when the child is still alive. Malaria parasite is developing resistance against antimalarials, drugs that have saved the lives. The current drugs that are used are artemisinin-based. Resistance has firstly been reported in Southeast Asia, but I think increasingly parasites are carrying the mutations that's been associated with resistance, also been reported increasingly in Africa. And therefore it's important that we actually study the fundamental biology of the parasite in order to identify new avenues to target the parasite. Children admitted with severe malaria, around 15 to 20% of them still die, even with the best antimalarial treatment that can bring down malaria parasite quickly. And so there's actually a need to develop supportive or what they call adjunctive therapies in order to improve survival during admissions and also to reduce the post-discharge sequelae. And I think previous attempt to, or clinical trials attempting to treat people with adjunctive therapies have failed. And the reason is because I think we actually don't understand the processes that underlying the syndromes. And therefore we now have an opportunity with this method we have developed to get a clear picture of what's going on and develop a specific and targeted approach that can improve survival. And also there are other important questions that are still remaining. For example, we know that malaria is associated with risk of bacterial infections, but we don't know the biological processes linking that risk. We also know that malaria is associated with the risk of developing future cardiovascular diseases, but also at the moment we don't understand the biological process underlying that. And therefore, I have a chance with my approach in collaboration with clinicians and epidemiologists to actually make a difference and get a more detailed understanding of these processes in order to develop specific and targeted interventions.